Life isn't always fair, and sometimes it feels like the harder you try, the tougher it gets. Maybe you've been working toward a dream, but nothing seems to go your way. Maybe you're stuck, questioning whether it's even worth continuing. If that sounds familiar, this message is for you. Today we're going to talk about how to stay motivated when life gets tough and why the hardest moments are often the ones that shape you the most. Before we dive into how to stay motivated, let's talk about why motivation fades in the first place. It's easy to feel excited when you start something new. Whether it's a goal, a project, or a dream, the beginning always feels full of possibility. But then reality sets in. Things take longer than expected, obstacles appear, and progress slows down. Here's the thing. Motivation isn't constant. It comes and goes, and that's normal. What you're feeling doesn't mean you've failed or that your goal isn't worth it. It just means you're human. The key is learning how to keep going even when the excitement fades. Because the truth is, success doesn't come from motivation alone. It comes from resilience, discipline, and action. Let's get real. Life is hard. No one is immune to challenges, failures, or setbacks. Even the people you admire most, the ones who seem to have it all figured out, have faced struggles. What sets them apart is their ability to embrace those struggles and use them as fuel to keep moving forward. Think about this. Every great story involves obstacles. Without struggle, there's no growth. It's in those moments of difficulty that you discover who you really are. It's where you find your strength. So instead of resisting the struggle, embrace it. Understand that every setback is part of your story. It's not the end, it's a chapter. And you get to decide how the next one is written. Take a moment to think about something you've already overcome. Maybe it was a challenge at work, a personal hardship, or a moment where you thought you couldn't go on. But you did. That's proof of your resilience. You've done it before, and you can do it again. One of the biggest reasons people lose motivation is feeling overwhelmed. When the goal feels too big or the journey too long, it's easy to get stuck. But here's a strategy that works every time. Break it down. Let's say you have a massive goal, something like writing a book, starting a business, or getting in shape. Looking at the entire goal can feel intimidating, but breaking it into smaller, manageable steps makes it achievable. Focus on what you can do today. Maybe it's writing one paragraph, researching one topic, or going for a 15-minute walk. Small wins create momentum, and momentum keeps you moving forward. Think of it like climbing a staircase. You don't reach the top by leaping all at once, you get there one step at a time. Each step might feel small, but together, they take you closer to your goal. The same applies to anything you're working on. Here's a tip. At the start of each day, write down one small thing you can do to move forward. Not 10 things, not a long list. Just one. At the end of the day, check it off. That sense of accomplishment will motivate you to tackle the next thing tomorrow. Motivation might get you started, but consistency is what gets you results. The people who succeed are not necessarily the smartest or the most talented. They're the ones who show up every single day, no matter how they feel. Here's a mindset shift. Stop relying on motivation to do the work. Instead, focus on building habits. When something becomes a habit, it no longer depends on how motivated you feel that day. It's just what you do. For example, if you make it a habit to write for 30 minutes every morning or exercise for 20 minutes after work, you're building consistency. And consistency, over time, leads to incredible results. Remember, it's not about being perfect. There will be days when you miss a step or fall short. That's okay. What matters is getting back on track and continuing the journey. Progress is progress, no matter how small. Your mindset is one of the most powerful tools you have. When life gets tough, your perspective can make all the difference. Instead of seeing challenges as roadblocks, try reframing them as opportunities to grow. Ask yourself, what is this teaching me? How can I use this experience to become stronger? A great example of this is Thomas Edison. He failed over 1,000 times before finally inventing the light bulb. But when asked about his failures, he said, "I didn't fail 1,000 times. The light bulb was an invention with 1,000 steps." That mindset is what allows people to keep going in the face of adversity. You can adopt the same mindset. Every challenge is just one step closer to your success. It's hard to stay motivated if you're surrounded by negativity. If the people around you don't believe in your goals or constantly bring you down, it can drain your energy and confidence. That's why it's so important to build a support system of positive, like-minded people who inspire and uplift you. You don't need a huge group. Even one or two people who believe in you can make a huge difference. And if you don't have that support right now, seek it out. Join online communities, attend events, or find mentors who align with your goals. Remember, your environment plays a big role in your success. Here's a powerful tool that many successful people use: visualization. Take a moment to close your eyes and picture yourself achieving your goal. Imagine what it feels like, what it looks like, and what it means to you. That vision can be incredibly motivating, especially when times get tough. Visualization isn't just daydreaming. It's about creating a mental picture of where you want to go and using it to fuel your actions. When you have a clear vision of your goals, it's easier to stay focused and motivated, even when challenges arise. As we wrap up, I want you to remember this. You are capable of so much more than you think. Every obstacle you face is an opportunity to grow. Every setback is a setup for a comeback. Your journey won't always be easy, but it will be worth it. When you feel like giving up, remind yourself why you started in the first place. Think about the person you want to become, the life you want to live, and the impact you want to make. Hold on to that vision and let it guide you forward. And don't forget, you're not alone in this. Everyone has tough moments, but those moments are what make the victories even sweeter. So take a deep breath, take that first step, and keep going. You've got this, and I believe in you. So keep going. Take it one step at a time and trust that every effort you make is building something greater. The journey might not always make sense now, but every late night, every early morning, and every time you choose to keep trying, it's all shaping the person you're becoming. When you feel like giving up, remind yourself of this. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the regret of giving up lasts forever. Every setback you face is just a part of the story, not the whole story. Think about the people who inspire you, the ones who overcame impossible odds. They didn't succeed because their path was easy. They succeeded because they kept going when most people would have quit. I want you to pause for a moment and picture the version of yourself who didn't give up. Picture that person reaching their goal, standing on the other side of the struggle. That person is already inside you, waiting for you to take one more step, and then another. You owe it to yourself to meet that version of you, to see what's possible when you refuse to quit. And remember, you're not alone. Everyone faces moments of doubt, moments where they feel like they can't go on. But the difference between success and failure is what you do in those moments. Do you stop? Or do you push through? The fact that you're still here, still trying, proves you're stronger than you think. So keep moving forward. When the road feels long, take smaller steps. When the load feels heavy, rest, but don't stop. And when the doubt creeps in, remind yourself why you started. Thank you for being here, for choosing to keep going even when it's hard. If this message helped you, share it with someone who might need it today. And don't forget, your story isn't over yet.